Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness used his address at the 20th Heal the Family, Heal the Nation Day of Prayer, held as part of the annual National Day of Prayer, to call for stronger partnerships between the government, the church, and communities to continue reducing violence in Jamaica. He highlighted that the country recorded a 31-year low in murders in 2025, but stressed that more work is needed.
Now, I've stood at this platform and at the national arena at several occasions before, and I would have addressed the issue of peace in Jamaica. And in a particular marker of peace would be the number of murders that occur in our country per year. We would have seen our murders rise to as high as 1,600 in a year, more than that. Today, as a nation, I would say that your collective prayers for peace is being answered before your very eyes. Because there have been many times when I have stood here and lamented the high murder rate and preached to the gunmen to stop killing and asked God to touch their hearts. You remember? Today I'm pleased to say that the last outturn that we have seen in terms of figures for 2025 was 673. The number will change a little bit, but 673 is what we closed the year with. So we are below 700, and this is for the first time in 31 years. It is a major achievement. It is not to be in any way diminished. Every Jamaican should have a sense of pride and achievement for this. There are times in a nation's history when there are turning points or tipping points or points of inflection. Turning point, that's when a change occurs. You change direction. A tipping point is where the pressure reaches so high that you have a rapid change in direction or in outcome. And an inflection point is when the rate of change becomes much faster than the effort to change. You start to get benefits now from your investment. And if you look at Jamaica, we have had some tipping points. We are now at a turning point in murders and homicides in Jamaica. We are turning now towards a more peaceful society. And this is not a one-off. In 2023, we had a 7% reduction. In 2024, we had a 19% reduction. And last year, we had a 42% reduction in murders. So you see a tipping point turning into turning point, and a turning point turning into a point of inflection. So we're going to go rapidly now to go below, and I'm not going to set a target, but I'm going to set it in this way. We have always said we want to reach the regional average. The regional average is 15 murders per 100,000 of population. We're almost there. We're probably about 20, between 25 and 20 per 100,000. We're almost there. We can get there if everyone in this room, everybody in this room, owns it. I've also, from this platform, appealed to the gunmen and the criminals to spare the lives of the innocent people, the victims. And I've oftentimes said that sometimes the conversation and the narrative focuses more on the criminals rather than on the victims. Today, I appeal to the criminals and the gunmen and those who are involved in criminal activities and those who have guns to save yourselves. Save yourselves. Turn away from violence. Put away the gun. In fact, turn it in. Save yourself. And I ask the church to pray for them so that their hearts will be touched, so they will turn away from criminal activity. Pray for them. It must be said that every life in Jamaica is valuable. Every life is valuable. And it pains my heart to see our young men, because 95% of those who are doing the killings and those who are killed are young men. Pains my heart to see our young men being killed. So I pray for them to stop killing, and I pray for them to save themselves. That's just the reality. that every day I pray for the nation. We are living in changing times, uncertain times, uncharted waters in many instances. And my job as the steward of your affairs and the servant of your wishes is to keep Jamaica safe. Not to steer into waters for which we don't have to go. Not to invite problems on ourselves when we have our own problems to deal with. This is not us recoiling from our principles and duties. Jamaica has always been consistent, and we have always been the strong voice of reason for small developing countries globally, and continue to be. Many of the issues that are presently being discussed, if persons who comment on these issues would only do a very cursory research into the matter, they would see the positions that Jamaica has taken and continue to take. So what is happening, Jamaica has already taken its position long before others would have sought to enunciate any current positions. So we give God thanks for keeping Jamaica safe in turbulent geopolitical and geoeconomic times. We have navigated those waters very carefully, very skillfully, and we will bring the ship of the Jamaican state to the destination of prosperity for which God has ordained.